Good evening.
Hello.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. My name's Barry.
And I'm Jay.
And together we are Mitosu Crafts.
Yes, welcome to our channel.
Thank you for joining us. Oh, yes. Oh, sorry I cut you off.
We're independent Stampin' Up demonstrators based in the UK, so if you live in the UK, France, Germany, Austria, or the Netherlands, you'll be able to purchase current Stampin' Up products from our online shop. Do use the card host code, which can be found on our website at mitoscrafts.com to receive a handmade card from us the following month, or any extra gifts if your order qualifies.
Lovely.
So it's normally a pre-recorded video for Barry's #FanfoldFriday Friday series, but you have us live today.
Yes.
Why is that, Barry?
Because I run out of time to pre-record it, so I figured it was just easier to come to you live. So so live, give us your questions, chat with us, because we will be, you've got us actually live. We chat with you live anyway on the pre-recorded. But
Yes.
you're going to get
or message.
You're going to get the unedited version this evening, so it could go completely and utterly pear-shaped. Who knows?
But you said it's easy.
It's easy. It's a very, very, as the title says, it's an easy fun fold card.
Yeah.
Which Jay designed actually, which he said I could do.
Yes.
Because he hadn't done a video for it, so it was.
It is inspired by one of your cards as well. One of your fun fold cards.
So you've seen the picture of it at the front. So I'll just show you. So this is what we're going to be making tonight, but I'll show you the fold out as and when we get to it.
Yes.
So
So we say hello.
Yeah, let's say hi to some people. Let's do something different tonight, shall we?
Yeah.
So we've got a few of you on here.
So we have Anne, Sandra, Linda, Valerie, Maureen, Debbie, Monica, and Catherine.
Excellent. Well done.
And Mandy. Hi, Mandy.
Hi, Mandy. So thank you all for joining us. So please like, thumbs up, share, hit the subscribe button here.
No, that's a thumbs down.
No,
don't do that.
No, hit subscribe button's over here somewhere. Please don't give us those. We don't like things. But all right, so we're going to crack on with tonight's fun fold. Links to online shop can be found down below in the description as well. But we're going to crack on with tonight's fun fold Friday, and give you a nice. We haven't really got a name for this one. It's just an easy fun fold card using your pretty pattern paper.
Minnie says hello as well.
Yes, and I've got Tommy laying down by the side of me down here.
Yeah.
It's good. All right,
Cool.
Let's go over to the hands down and... Oh, just got a black screen. There we go.
Oh, Minnie.
So, as mentioned, I'm going to be using the Whimsical Trees stamp set, this one right here, paired with they come as a bundle, which is the Christmas tree dies. So purchase these two together at the moment, you get yourself 10% discount. And I'm also going to be using the papers which coordinate with this set, which is the Whimsy and Wonder 12x12 Designer Series paper pack, or Speciality Designer Series paper pack, should I say, because it has got this lovely... Can you see that? It's got this lovely silver foiling in it as well. So this is actually the pattern that I'm going to be using tonight. So this is that side, and then the back side is this lovely green with the Blushing Bride berries in it. So it's a very non-traditional Christmas colours, this one, which is quite nice. I absolutely love this one. This is a really, really nice bit of paper as well. So you've got that lovely foiling in there, and you've got this bright, pretty pink, not pretty pink, polished pink. Because I've been saying pretty all day, pretty papers.
Were you describing me?
Well, I definitely wasn't describing you. You've got this one here, which has got this nice pink here again with your silver flowers. Flowers? Oh, what's going wrong with me? See, this is the live unedited version. With see, all of this bit would be edited out if I had pre-recorded earlier on. You've got some nice baubles.
Drink.
There, and got this nice misty moonlight trees on the background, and you've got some trees, silver foiling, and like a mint macaron on the back there, and we have some stripes and some green on the back. So as I said, and you get 2 of each of these papers in this pack, but this is the one which I'm going to be using today as well. So the last couple of cards I've actually done have actually used Designer Series paper quite nicely. A lot of the fun folds use Designer Series papers really nicely, but this one again is obviously because last week's was my napkin, my pocket napkin fold, wasn't it? Which was last week, which used a whole sheet of paper. Now this one is using half a sheet of paper. So take your 12 by 12 pack. Okay, choose your papers which you need, and we're going to cut this in. First of all, I'm going to take a 1-inch strip off of this. So the paper needs to go. Start again. This is this particular paper here is the orientation. How I look at it is quite specific. Otherwise, I'm going to end up with presents which are laying on their side. You may want presents which are laying on their side. I want my presents to be. This to me looks upright, where I've got the bows all look like, as I'm looking at the bow, they look correct. So I'm going to cut this in half this way round. So first of all, I'm going to cut my 1-inch strip off this way. If you haven't got pattern specific, then it doesn't matter. But I'm going to cut my pattern paper off that way, because as we're going to be looking at it, this is the way we're going to be looking at it. So we need to look at it with the long edge, looking at it that way. And then I'm going to then cut this off, and then I'm going to then take this to 4 inches. So it's 4-inch by 12. So we've got a 1-inch by 12 and a 4-inch by 12. So you'll be able to make 2 of these cards out of one design to sit out of one piece of paper, with a little bit with a belly band spare as well. All right, and that's what we need to do with our scoring on this one. All we want to do is we want to score this at 1 inch. So this is with the paper along the long edge. We want to score it at 1 inch. And don't press too hard, because it's paper, so you don't want to push as hard as you would do if you were using thick cardstock. We want to go to 3.5, so that's 1, 3.5, 5.5, 6.5, 8.5, and 11. Okay, so that's all you want to do with your scoring on that one there. So that was 1, 3.5, 5.5, 6.5, 8.5, and 11, and that's all your scoring done. All right, so we can pop that trimmer to one side. And then what we're going to do to fold this, I'm literally going to show you the fancy fold straight away. We want to do a mountain, we then want to do a valley, we then want to do a mountain, a valley, like that, and then we want to then do a mountain. So what I mean by mountain folds, as you're looking at it, it's like a mountain, and then you've got your valley. So you have a mountain, and then a valley, and then a mountain, a valley, and a mountain. So that's it. So mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain, and that's it. All right, so we just go through and we just fold and burnish these ones. I just burnish them now just to give them a nice crisp score. Now if you wanted to, you could do this with cardstock as well, but it will be smaller unless you use a 12 by 12 paper pack to do this. So I haven't got the measurements for those, but obviously you'll just need to adjust some of these panels here. Will just be a little bit shorter. You just want to just reduce them down a little bit, but if you can use the 12 by 12 paper pack, then that's fine. And then when this closes up, that closes up like that, and then we would then do a belly band which goes round it, and we use the opposite side right here. So with the belly band, I'm going to do that one right now, and then before I do the decoration, we're going to have some colouring going on as well. So with the belly band, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to score it at 1 inch, just to start me off, and then the rest of it I'm going to do by eye, and then I'll use a trimmer again to finish this off. So I've scored at 1 inch, and I'm going to fold and burnish that one. And then that can be the start, which can go around like this. I'll take the belly band round, and then I'm just going to then hold it, and then I'm just going to then manually just push it over, and that's how I've just created my belly band. And then I will then just grab this, and I'm going to take off, I'll take off 1.5 inches from the other side, or I'll take off 1.25 inches actually, rather than 1.5 inches. I could do this with scissors, but if I do it with a trimmer, I know that I'm going to get a nice clean edge. So all I've just done is I've just taken 1.25 inches off. And then as that belly band goes round, that can go round like that. That goes round, and then I can then pop a bit of glue on this bit over here just to hold this down. Let me know what the lighting's like, everyone, because to me it feels quite dark, but I think on camera it might be okay. But
it looks okay at the moment. Yeah.
And I'm just going to stick that down, put it tighter, it's not too tight because you still want to be able to get it on and off, but put it taut-ish and line it up so that you get a nice edge there. And that's how you create your belly band. Okay, so that there is pretty much the fun fold. It's as simple as that. Now comes the decoration side of it. So the belly band comes off, that one opens up, and then gives you room to now pop your topper inside. Like I said, it's a great way of using up your designer series paper, and I love a bit of paper when you can then actually quite happily display both sides of it on one card. Alright, so let's pop that to one side, and we're going to now do the decoration on this one. So I'm going to be using the Whimsical Trees stamp sets, and I'm going to be using, I've already got them out, I'm going to be using the baubles here, I'm going to be using the sentiment, I'm going to be using the long tree here, and I'm going to be using the little joy over here. So first things first is I am going to just do some stamping, then I'm going to do some die cutting. See, it says cars again. Every time I do a video, the noisy cars come in, don't they? And we're an hour earlier tonight as well. So I'm going to be using mint macaron, and I'm just going to ink up the large tree on this one. And I'm just going to stamp this down on some scrap paper. Which is that one there, which is good. Actually, what I need to do is I need to do some die cutting first before I actually do my next stamping part. So that's my first bit of stamping over and done with, so which is the tree. I'm also going to be using the Stitch So Sweetly dies once again, and I'm going to be using the largest rectangle. Just let that car disappear. I'm sure they do it to wind me up. We must know.
The world revolves around
yes.
me.
Shush, Dave. Of course the world revolves around me. I don't know if I like doing this live because I've got Jay here in my ear, haven't I, as well? So I'm going to be using the large rectangle first from the Stitched So Sweetly dies. And I'm just going to, because I've only got my mini with me tonight, I'm just going to have to cut this down to size. So I'm just going to just snip this off. See, it's going up and down the road, I'm sure he is. And that fits in our mini quite nicely. Okay. So I'm just going to die cut this one out whilst I've got this here. So what's everyone saying, Jay?
Everyone's just saying hello. We have a couple of new.
We've got a few new names in here popping in.
Which is great. And Monica asked about the name, and Gian and think it was Susan, said about the cat's
Yes.
name.
So who was that? Who asked about the name? Sorry, did you say?
Monica.
Monica. Yes. Our obviously it sounds like it's already been answered, but yes, our name Mitosu, named after our three cats. So Minnie, Tommy, and Suki. Is how the name came about. So yes, so it's the the MI is for Minnie, the TO is for Tommy, and the SU is for Suki. So Mitosu.
And you say it differently.
Yeah, me and Jay say it differently. I say Mitosu. Jay says Mitosu. Don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomato, tomato.
Tomato, tomato.
Tomato, potato.
So it's either Mitosu or Mitosu. Whatever one of us is saying it, it's that. But that's how it is. It's named after our three cats. So whilst I've been saying that, I've cut out the largest one, and I've also cut out the smallest one from the Stitch So Sweetly dies. That's all the die cutting which you need to do from those two from that pack. And then whilst I've got this here as well, I'm going to then just do a bit of die cutting, and I'm going to die cut out this tree right here. So in here you've got the you've got the dies which will cut out some of the stamps as well, and then you've got some independent dies which don't have any stamps to go through it. So you can use some nice cardstock, and then you can put some pretty kind of like decorations on your some tinsel going around it. You've got stuff for the baubles, and you've got some small decorations for the smaller tree. You've got your baubles, so you can do these in different colours and really make a nice pretty tree. And you've got your stars, and you've got your little flourish die here as well. So you've got some really nice ones in there. I think it is a lovely sound. So we nearly didn't get it, but I'm so happy we did. So I'm just going to die cut this one out here. Oh, and that's just
long
moved.
Grass.
Sorry?
Long grass, that tree.
So let's run that through. I think I'm just going to turn a light on, because for me it's getting a little bit dark.
Oh, it's got stars.
It has got stars
I haven't
as
even
well.
looked at the dice yet.
Cheryl, do you know, you just need to...
It doesn't do it on mobile devices.
Oh, does it not?
No.
Okay.
Because when I've commented on my mobile, it doesn't do it.
Okay, so Cheryl, if you're using your mobile, that might be why you're having problems highlighting someone's name. Just type their name in if you want to. I'm sure they're... we can highlight it if they don't see it. I'm sure somebody else can.
Yeah, the desktop is easier.
Yeah. So that's that. So I have got that tree right there done. So that's going to be part of my decoration on my sentiments. So on the front. So I'm just going to do my sentiments whilst I've got it. Now on my prototype I did it in black. On this one I'm going to do it in Misty Moonlight, because that is one of the coordinating colours for this set anyway. And it's a dark enough colour that it will still work well, I hope. I'm sure it will be fine. So I've just inked that one up, and I'm just going to then just stamp Joy over here on that sentiment like that. Okay. And then all I will then do after that is I will then grab my tree, and I will then stick my tree to the side of this.
That's a nice tree.
So a little bit of glue, and then we'll just stick that down over here. Alright, one more bit of die cutting which I do actually need to do is I need to cut myself out the next side up die. I've just remembered that. So take these Stitch So Sweetly dies once more, and we would take these. So we've taken the largest, the smallest, and then the second smallest. And with that one, we are going to be using that paired with at the moment, currently free of charge during celebration, is the Bedazzling Designer Series paper. So if you spend £45 or more, you can pick this paper free of charge. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to die cut this one out. So that's now drying up. I'm just going to die cut this one out here. So I've got myself a nice mat and layer. And there we have it. So that's that one there. There is, you can, I think to the untrained eye, they wouldn't notice that there is some detail in there, but it has done the detail as well. But because there's a lot of detail on that paper, there's a lot of glimmer and glitz, it gets lost a little bit. But at least you've got the nice scalloped edges, which is going to match the sentiment.
Oh wow, thank you, Cheryl.
Oh, thank you so much, Cheryl. So we got that, and then all I'm going to do on this is I'm just going to then just stick this onto this one using dimensionals. So I'm just going to use, I'm going to actually use all 3 dimensionals on this one here. So 1, 2, and 3. And stick that down over the top of that one, and then that's the, oh, try not to drop it, and stick it to your table like that. And then I would then just centralize this over here, and this glitz just makes it just pop off of that. It's just so glittery, it's lovely. And then eventually I will stick that on afterwards. I can stick it on now actually because it doesn't really matter, and then that can then get stuck onto the center panel here. So just pop a little bit of glue, make sure you've got your paper the correct way around, a little bit of glue on the middle of your belly band here, and then stick this down so that it's centralized. You've got the overhang at either side, and then that can then just, whilst we're doing the next part, can then be getting set up. So that is actually just the card ready right there. Now with the decoration for the inside for the main part, we're going to be using the baubles here. I love these little baubles. They have got they have also got a die for them as well, so you can die cut them out. And you see, I'm just going to go straight down onto the paper on this one and not worry about and keep it as a single layer. But if you want to, you can always die cut them out and you can give it a bit more dimension. So I'm just going to go through this, and I'm just going to position at that side, and I want my strings to kind of go off the page a little bit, and then I just need to I'm going to grab the card out of this because I just want a solid surface. And then I'm going to then just do another one. I'm just going to go up a little bit. And I'll do another one by the side of it, come down a little bit more. All the time the strings are hanging off the paper so they don't look like they're just, I can't be hit. They're dangling. So there we go. You don't want them to look like they're dangling, not attached to anything. I'm going to stop now. So that's that. Then I'm going to then pop my sentiment on here. I'm just going to take the sentiments. The sentiment I've used here is wishing you Christmas cheer and magical moments that last all year. I think that's quite a nice little sentiment. Just going to get that nice and juicy. Just make sure there's nothing on the edges. And then I'm going to position that down over here and pop that down like that. Okay, so that there is my sentiment in the middle. So to finish this off, we're going to do a bit of colouring. So I've got my Stampin' blends. So the colours I have used for this is I'm going to be using the Fresh Freesia. I have got Soft Succulent, I've got Balmy Blue, and I have also got myself a bit of, I think that's Daffodil Delight. I can't actually tell because it's worn off. I think it was a Daffodil Delight which I picked up. Yes, it is Daffodil Delight. Alright, and then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to colour this with the light. So I'm going to keep it simple, and I'm just going to colour all of the same bauble, the same colour. So I'm starting off with the light, and I'm using the bullet points end on this. Now, I'll try not to rush, but because this is live, I don't want to keep you waiting too long. So maybe if you've got any questions, now's a good time to maybe ask some questions whilst I'm doing some colouring, or Jay can tell me if there's been any questions already. Or comments.
Yeah, everyone's loving it. And great fun fold. Also, Cheryl said that she's enjoying the friendly nature and chat and your clever crafting, Harry.
Thank you very much, Cheryl.
But she's been watching for a while.
You can come again.
So she's been watching for a while, and I think she's just got up live today.
Good, good.
Paula Knight as well just got up live for the first time.
Lovely. Hi, Paula.
And yes, Cheryl asked where we are located.
So we are well, we're located in the UK, in the south of the UK.
Not London.
Not London, Hampshire, Basingstoke.
Sure.
So yes. So I've just done it in light, and then I'm just taking the dark, and I've just kind of gone around the edges. Oh, it's raining really heavy out there. And I'm just going to do some scribble shading here, because I kind of want it to look like there's a little bit of light which is hitting this. So that's the one in the Soft Succulent. On my prototype on this one, I did this in darker colours, and I didn't actually like it because it was, I felt it hid the line art too much. I will show it to you what I did in darker colours. I used the colours which coordinated with this set. So I used Polished Pink, which is quite a strong colour. I used Misty Moonlight, which was quite a strong colour, and Mint Macaron, which was obviously is a lighter green, but I didn't like it, so which is why I've chosen these colours, which aren't actually part of the coordination colours, but they're just a lighter shade, I would say, of the colours. So they still, it still doesn't look odd, because they've still got your greens, you kind of like your pinks and your purples and your blues. So it was still the same colour family. So I'm just going to use the dark again here, just to kind of like go round and just pop a little bit of the shading, just scribbling it on, not really paying too much attention, just scribble, and then I'll just go back over with the light. Sometimes when you've got small stamps like this, sometimes it's just easier just to, rather than colour, like, is sometimes to dot a little bit is another little tip which I find helps. You may just want to just go over it a little bit more and just darken. That one there, and then I'll take the blue and the same thing. Now I'm not going to worry about colouring in the centre parts, because I think the white works with it just as well. But I will be using the Daffodil Delight to colour in the I don't actually know what the correct terminology is for this part of the bit, the hook parts, the top of the bauble. The hook, yeah. The hoop. So let's just add my shading in here again. Just that little bit of shading just helps bring it to life a little bit. and then I'm just scribbling over that shade and just to kind of blend it in, hence the name Blends. And then we use the Daffodil Delight just to kind of simulate a little bit of gold. On these bits, and I'm kind of just dotting it as I'm going around, because you will find it will bleed as well, so dotting inside of the line, and then you can allow it to bleed out to the line a little bit, and there we have it. So that's the ornament done and the sentiment. So just to finish this card off now, this is really, really simple. So this is the longest part is the decoration of it. To finish this off, we open this up, we pop a little bit of glue. So we're just going to position this again. Make sure you've got your presents or whatever it is, if it is orientation specific. We're just going to pop some glue on this middle panel right here, just in the center, like that. That can then go on like that. So again, I'm centralizing this in so it's an even distance from this score line right here and equal distance from top and bottom. And that there is all this fun fold is. Make sure that's correct, that's wonky. That's why I like wet glue, because you have a bit of wiggle room. We would like a little bit of wiggle room. And there we have it. So then that card is like this, with your belly band, using up your designer series paper, which I'm sure you have all got lots of.
That's very pretty.
So which is that, so it can be gifted like that, nicely. Take your belly band off, opens up, and then it displays like that. Now the other good thing is as well, is because you kind of this acts as like a little bit of a table, your belly band can then still sit on top of it and be displayed as well. So it's a belly band which can be displayed because you can just rest it on the top. Because sometimes your belly bands just kind of get, well, what do I do with this? I'll put it away. That can then sit on top like that. So it's then...
That's so weird. I tried to do that with mine as well.
Did you really?
Yeah.
And so it can then sit on top just like that there. And there you have it. That there is today's Fun Fold Friday using the Whimsical Trees and Whimsy and Wonder Designer Series paper. What do you think? Do you like it?
Gorgeous card, Joanna says. Lovely card, Connie says. Well done, Cheryl says. Janice doesn't want to cut it up.
Cut it.
Sue said it's beautiful. Maureen says it's lovely. Yes.
At least this way, you're using the big chunk of it, so you're not actually having to cut it up into smaller pieces. You are being able to admire this entire piece of paper in its kind of like its entirety, really. So, so there we go. I think it's really, really pretty. So it was thanks to Jay, actually. This was Jay's original one, can I show this one, Jay, actually?
Yeah,
is this okay?
Yeah, it's on the
So this was Jay's original one, which he done. So there is a blog post out, so if you want to have a look at the pictures on this or save the pictures for this one, go over to our website, mitosucrafts.com, and there is a blog post on there. And this was used in the Designer Series paper, which was free of charge, doing the celebration, and with the Delicate Dahlia stamp set as well. So that was where the idea come from, Jane, which apparently obviously was inspired by another card which I made, which you said I think was my reverse U-fold card.
Yeah.
So we're kind of like cards inspire cards. So there we have it. Any questions? So hi Mindy. No, yeah, we're just finishing up, but please go back and watch the beginning if you want, and come and see how we made it. It was very, very simple. So let's turn that light off,
Am I coming?
and we'll go face to face. You can see us briefly, and it's got very dark all of a sudden.
It has.
It's because it's raining.
Yes.
It's raining cats and dogs. So good. Lovely. I hope you enjoyed that tonight.
And thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for joining us live. So you've got a slightly longer episode tonight. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Well
Cool.
done.
Excellent. All right, so we will be back with you again next Friday. We'll be back with you live on Sunday night at 7 p.m. for our normal twice weekly YouTube video. But I'll be back with you again 6 o'clock next Friday for another Funfold Friday. It will be pre-recorded, hopefully, or it will be live, depending on how organised I am. I quite like doing the live.
Yeah.
So-
I think did you enjoy
Do you prefer
the
live or do you prefer pre-recorded? Let us know.
Yeah. Comment
good.
below.
Comment below, yes. Good. All right. Well, thank you all for watching, and we will be back with you again on Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday of next week. Lovely.
Cool. Take care,
Have a good
everyone.
one. See you later. Take care. Bye bye for now. Bye.
Bye.